Hey guys, welcome back to another senior CrossFit video. My name is Chandler, this is Kira. We're gonna be your coaches today. The warm-up that we're gonna be doing is 5 jumping jacks, 5 air squats, and then 5 push press. Kira's gonna go ahead and demonstrate those movements for us. So the first thing is a jumping jack, which we've seen before. This is our RX movement. If you want, you can do walkouts. That is our modified version if jumping is painful or just too difficult at this point. The next movement we're going to do is an air squat, which is one of our base movements that we did in our introductory videos. Make sure that chest is staying up, the hips are dropping back and down, and the knees are pushing out. Perfect. That is our modification. You can do a half air squat if that is more comfortable and feels safer for you. The next movement we're going to do is a push press. So remember that dip and drive. So we're dipping and pushing that bar overhead. And notice how her chin is coming back and pushing her head through. That bar is staying in the same plane. Perfect. And a tight core during that movement as well. So we're going to be doing 3 rounds of that. So it's 5 jumping jacks, 5 air squats, and 5 push press. Once you're done with that movement, come back to the video and we'll go ahead and move on to the stretching. Once you guys are feeling warmed up, we're going to go ahead and move on to our stretching before we get to the workout. Kira's going to demonstrate the movements we're going to be doing. We do have a few new stretches. We're going to incorporate some PT movements. So you're going to put your leg out in kind of a half lunge, put your forearm right underneath your knee, and then you're going to lean forward into your knee, just so your knee is right over your toe, and then you're going to move your knee back and forth. So we're going to do this 16 times, so just count 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is supposed to be really great for knee pain. So if you're experiencing knee pain when you're lunging or squatting, this is supposed to be a really good kind of like more dynamic stretch to help alleviate some of that. And she'll show it from the front there. So once you're done with that movement, we're going to go ahead and move on to a plantar fascia ankle stretch. So you're going to get down on the floor on your knees, so find some carpet somewhere that's not a hard surface. You're going to go ahead and try and put your knees on the ground and then your toes underneath. So your ankles, you're sitting back on your ankles. So this is the whole movement. You should feel a stretch here, especially through your ankles. You're going to hold this for 30 seconds. And then once you're done with that, you can go ahead and get back up off the ground. And we're going to go ahead and move on to a PVC pass-through, which we've done before. Here's the RX movement. You can use your Swiffer, your broom, if you have a resistance band or something that you can stretch overhead. If this is too difficult or too painful, if flexibility is an issue, you can do this without a PVC pipe as well. Just like that. And you can go out as wide or as narrow as you need to for the movement. So go ahead and do forward and backward 10 times. Once you're done with those stretches, come back to us and we'll go over the workout for the day. All right, hopefully you're feeling fully warmed up after doing those stretches. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the workout or the WOD for today. Kira's gonna show us the movements. So we're gonna be doing a thruster, which is a combination of movements that we've already done before. You're gonna get in a front squat position just like that. And then you're going to end in a push press. So see how her elbows are in front of the bar. She's still sitting back on her heels. Her chest is up. And just at the top, she pushes her hips up and pushes that bar overhead, bringing that chin through. So it's the combination of the squat and a push press. Perfect. And then the next movement we're going to do is called a renegade row. So I'm going to have you get in a modified push-up position, so at an angle on a table. And all you're going to do is bring your hand up and tap your shoulder. So normally this movement is done on the ground in an RX position with weight, but since this is a new movement, I'd like for you to do it in the modified push-up position. So the rep scheme for this is going to be 15, 12, 9, 3. So you'll do 15 of each movement, 12 of each movement, 9 of each movement, then 3 of each movement. So this is actually a benchmark workout called Fran, and it's one of the girl WODs that was created. It's one of the original girl WODs in CrossFit. So we thought it would be great to test you guys out on it and see how you did, push you a little bit. This is a challenging workout, so we hope that you guys feel comfortable with it after the fact. Once you're done with that workout, please come back to the video. We'll do some cool down and then work on our accessory movements. All right, once you finish up that workout, we're gonna go ahead and do some cool down movements before we move on to our accessory work for the day. So Kira's gonna show the stretches that we want you to do. The first one is an up down, which is what we've done before. You're gonna reach overhead and then roll down to the floor as far as you can, touching your toes, if not grabbing your ankles or your knees. Breathe in, reach up, roll down, hold at the top or the bottom as long as you need to. We're gonna go ahead and do that 5 times through. The next stretch that you're gonna do right after that is gonna be a tricep stretch. So you see how she brings her arm or her elbow up over her head. Her hand is in the middle of her back, and she's using her opposite hand to pull that elbow towards her head, which is gonna go ahead and create that stretch through the tricep and the shoulder. Hold that for 10 to 15 seconds each arm. And then we're gonna go and do a cross arm shoulder stretch. So bring one arm over, using the other arm to pull that arm towards the body, stretching out that shoulder and the back. Hold that for 10 to 15 seconds each arm. And then our accessory work for the day is gonna be a calf raise. So we have done this before. Please, if you can, do it without a chair to work on balance. If you need a chair, we can always use that. Just like any other modification. And you're going to press up onto your toes, hold for a second at the top, and then slowly come back down. The slower you do it, the more burn you're gonna feel. We do want you to do this 2 sets of 20 reps. So that's 2 sets of 20 calf raises. Wait about 1.5 minutes in between each round just to give yourself a break.